the topic of this video, what keeps couples together for decades? Because that's our aim. I don't think we should, we are experienced enough because we both are divorced.
I was married for 20 years.
But still divorced.
But I can tell you what not to do. From the 20 years I was with my first wife, I can tell you a list of things which men particularly shouldn't do. One thing I've noticed, I think, which is a very significant thing, is the male and female energy. Male and female energy, I think, is one of the most important things. If there isn't a balance of this energy, there's going to be explosions all the time, always conflict, always headbutting, always fighting each other, especially if there's a lot of male energy in a relationship. I think when we start to date, from the time we're dating, we need to analyze and assess how much male energy, female energy someone has that you're trying to date.
But the thing is, every person, even women and also men, each of them, they have also male energy and female energy inside.
So if you are someone who is dating someone, okay, let's take it from my example. I think I am me. I think I am 70% male, 30% female. That's what I think. Yeah, I'm not ultra alpha male, and I'm not terribly feminine. But I think there's a ratio, 70 to 30. I think Viera is 70 to 30, female 70, male 30.
I thought that they're males. Okay.
So we have to, so I think we balance. I have enough female energy not to headbutt with her. This is really important. I think this is where relationships in her past may have gone wrong, because the men in her life, they may have headbutted with her. And that is not going to work with Viera. You headbutt with her, she's going to headbutt you back. And that's the male energy she has. The feminine side of me would calm that down. And I think that's the secret to us, for us, lasting as long as we have, 8 years. So that's the number one thing, I think, one of the biggest things.
That's actually very interesting. I actually hear that for the first time. And for me, it's very deep. I like it. I always say that women should be women and men should be men. So if we have this kind of
balance,
we have it in Slovak language as well. So that's good. Me personally, I don't want to say what is the most important because I don't think I'm experienced. But what I found as a very important in our relationship is spending time together, not next to each other, with each other. Just not, which means not thinking about what kids, what we are going to cook, what we are do this, just organizational things or things when it comes to kids, but to keep that fire or something between us, because we were first, then kids came.
That's very important as well, super important. I mean, it is so important to us that I recommended that we take a day off during the week, Fridays off, because I saw where it was going in a not a good direction. That's the experience in me that had the experience and the knowledge to know from the experience I've had with my first wife, this is going down a wrong tangent. Something needs to be done urgently. And I said to Viera, I think we should take Fridays off and have some time, special time dedicated to us for our relationship. And I think it's really worked. What do you think?
Yeah, definitely, yes. I mean, it was I told him many times that it was really one of the best ideas, because of course we were somewhere like in that life we need to do this, and we as a partners were always at the end of the list what to do. So we just put us from the end to the top. So, and of course in regular basis, since we both are have many tasks to do. Oops. So we just need to put like priority somewhere, and the priority should be us. Once we are strong, that everything can be strong. So I really find it as a really good idea. It was his idea. It was his idea, and I'm glad he did that. And he tries. He really insists a lot on this. I am kind of flexible. I have to say that my work sometimes doesn't let us do this, but good thing is that if we cannot do Fridays off, we should replace it with different day. So we have that one day or one few hours really together and to nurture our partnership.
Very good. I think that's a very good thing you said there. Top thing you said there. If you can't make the Friday, do something else. So yeah. So our Friday yesterday needs to be fixed.
Yeah,
So hopefully we have a nice Friday next Friday.
I don't know. The thing is, it's a holiday, so I would like to know how you guys do that. That if you want to, you have this is the smallest one, and how you do that. So if you really want to be with your partner, but you still have kids and they are not at school.
Okay, so if anyone's in watching now, comment and let us know what your secret is. So because we're all here to learn from each other.
Because thing is, we both want to do Fridays, but it just happens sometimes, and obviously during the summer that kids are not at school, so it's kind of difficult to manage that time. So if they are so small, it doesn't mean we don't love you. It just means that if you can, so if you definitely want us to be together, right? Yeah. So we need to nurture. We need to be alone as well, sometimes. But it doesn't mean that we don't love you. We love you, and we do it because of you as well. So we can provide you with really happy family. So you bring to your life when you are adult, really good scheme for your specimen for your life. So you are happy as well. So now Steffi left for a little bit. For a little time. So is there anything else we should talk about?
Okay, so there's lots of things we should talk about in regards to what keeps couples together, hopefully for decades. So another thing, from a man's point of view, I think you should talk about from a woman's point of view. I'm going to talk about what men need and want, because lots of men are drifting away from their relationships. They don't want to be in relationships even. So they see the first shiny object and they've gone chasing it. Why do they do this? Why do men stray? Now, let me just say that I think one of the reasons why they stray is because it's really important for a woman to compliment a man, to give him credit for things that he's doing, especially things that he's doing right. Just like what Viera just did just now. She just said, that's one good thing he did well, which was to say we should take Fridays off. When a man hears that kind of thing coming from a woman he loves, he really pushes her up. He pushes her up on a pedestal and says, great, she's making me feel like a hero. This is why men chase other women, because in initial stages, men feel that heroic kind of energy from a new woman. A new woman is always going to do this, make him feel like a man, make him feel macho, make him feel like a hero.
I didn't think about that this way, but I remember with my previous husband when I said compliment, so he was like, ugh.
He did what?
He didn't like me telling this. So and he did really a lot. I mean, he built our house and he did good walls, whatever. So I just naturally said, "Wow, perfect, great." And
No, that's not him saying, "Don't praise me." That's him saying, "Yes, give me more." He's reacting to it. He's responding to it. So it struck a nerve. So this is what he wants to hear, but he's not going to admit to that. Men are not going to admit that this is what we want. So I wouldn't. She'll hear a lot of new things today probably, because these are the things that we don't talk about as men. Okay, so a third thing which I think from a man's point of view that men need, they need for their women to ask for help for things, ask for help. This is something that women don't do very often, especially in a new world that we live in. We live in this modern world where women feel a lot more independent. They feel they can do things for themselves and do things by themselves. Men don't like this. Don't like it when women don't ask for help. They may not actually even realize that this is what part of what they need is to hear that request for help, because that's the man's natural reason for being around. We help with things that are difficult.
Or difficult for women.
Difficult for women, difficult for men even, difficult for groups. Men go out there and we help the group, we support the group. We go out there, traditionally we hunt and we bring back the food for the group, and we defend and protect and that kind of thing. So men can't do that by themselves. They have to do that in groups. So we are traditionally, our ancestors and thousands of years of that makeup. That's who we are today. Things haven't changed because modern world has come into play. Things haven't changed. We're still the same basic ancient human being that we always have been.
This is something what, I don't know, for me it's like a natural that men should help women. So I still believe that there's a role of woman in relationship, a role of man in relationship, and women always for thousands of years basically sat down at home and looking after household, made the home, not just home, made the home like for everybody very nice, etc. And man was that one who brought mammoth, for example, or just those things around. But after World War One, I think, when a man went to war, and it was like long-lasting war. So and women just came that they are able to do things which men normally did. So they also tried kind of freedom. So things changed, and right now, women. Okay, I know right now that we are able to do basically anything, but is it natural? Is it worth? And do we feel good in that? And I don't think so.
It would be helpful on behalf of all men, to all women out there. It would be helpful for us if we know what you need help with. So tell us what you need help with. We need that, and when we are going to approach that thing with a lot of gusto and a lot of strength and a lot of vigor, because she's asked for it. She asks for something, we're going to do it. It's a mission. It's a new mission. Men's lives are full of missions. Okay, and that leads me on to another point. Actually, women, again, from a man's point of view. Maybe we need to create another video from a woman's point of view. But when women support their men in their missions, big thing, huge thing. Men are constantly on a mission. If a woman supports a man's mission, he's going to again raise her up, put her on a pedestal. But difficult to get this kind of praise, this kind of compliments and support for a mission. Difficult to get that outside. If you have it inside the house, to go and find it outside, find it better outside, difficult. Yes. So if women are not asking for help, not complimenting, not supporting in a mission, easy for a woman outside to wink her eyelids, flash her boobs, and shake her bottom at a man, wink, 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 smile, smile, make him feel like a hero. Very easy. Very easy.
This is what I don't know whether to agree or not. But what I wanted to say with those things about World War as well is that I somehow see that in this time we have strong women and not so strong men. And then I don't want to say that they are lazy, or no, it's not the right word. Woman manages everything, from household, from earning money, from whatever, which is, from my point of view, not right. So I would say nowadays men should remember or refresh what does it mean being real man, and of course women as well.
Ask for help. Praise what a man does correctly. You want more from that man? Praise him for what he does, the basic stuff, and escalate it as it gets better. You'll see that he will fight to get that praise again. And it goes higher and higher and higher and higher and higher the more praise you give.
Do I do that?
Well, you did it today in the video. You said this. You have said a few things in the past. Yes. But you could do a lot more. I think you could do a lot more. It's enough. It's enough for us, but that's not the only thing. Praise is not the only thing. We'll talk about other things, and we've talked about other things. Praise is not just the only thing.
Because I am that way.
But okay. You, I don't think you like to do that. You don't like to praise. I don't think you like to praise. So, but you did it in this video, and there are a few other things I can think of that you've done it. So yes, I think you've done it. You do it enough to keep me where I am. Let's put it that way. But the more if you want more from me.
More like what?
More anything. You want me to be Superman on Earth? Praise me more. Just praise me more. Push with praise. Don't push with anger, or don't push with frustration. Push with praise. It's a very magical, simple thing that most women don't know, don't recognize, don't see it.
You're speaking about basically do this, or what works, or what you think it works
for men.
For men, exactly. And I wanted to speak about that. I thought that it's going to be more philosophical. I thought that first of all, along with all those things he said, values. That keeps you for decades. Because if you, let's say somebody just likes hiking and somebody likes to lie on the beach, somebody wants kids, somebody doesn't want kids, somebody wants to be just employee, somebody wants to be a huge businessman, somebody wants to grow personally, somebody not, somebody likes to be alone, somebody likes to have like a big company every other day. So those are things, if you are not compatible in your relationship, so you can praise, you can do whatever, you're just not happy. So at the beginning, we always try to kind of assimilate and show off in the best light you can. And because, let's say, he's so handsome, so I want to be with him no matter whether he likes to go to fitness, I'm lazy to exercise, and he wants somebody to exercise, you know. So you cannot pretend for ages.
So you're talking about compatibility in terms of what people like doing with each other?
Yes, it's not also only about like be a lovely obedient girl and tell him how perfect he is, and then he brings the blue from the sky.
So you're talking about basically things in common, yes?
Yeah, exactly. Doesn't mean that everything has to be in common, and it never happens, but at least those like crucial thing for each person. Mm-hmm. So let's say if we both like personal growth, so that's perfect. If just me, yes, and he not, so that's problem because we are moving somewhere. Or if I want to be just the employee and then to have fun, and he wants to grow his business, and it's not compatible in the way in the life how we live, so it could be problem as well. Or if I want to have kids and he doesn't want to have kids, so there's no way to have compromise.
Yeah, so these kind of things, obviously, you need to assess at the beginning of dating in the first year or so of being a couple. So if you don't have many things in common, it's not going to work. It really isn't.
But it sometimes happens that, I would say women think, I don't know whether men as well, that they will convince him later. For example, with kids.
Interesting.
I heard that a few times already, or at least they believe in their, we call it like an air castle, that so it will change within 1 year, 2 years or so. So it can happen, and that's very painful later.
No, I don't. That's not a good idea, and not a good idea at all. Normally, you can assess what a person's like in the first year. That's all you need, even 9 months, 8 months. So
the thing is,
you only need one thing. I think just need one thing that you have in common, one thing, and you can vary that one thing, change it around, do it in a different place. One thing you have in common, or a hobby, or something that you like, things that you like doing together. Just one thing.
But you said the period like 9 months or 1 year. The thing is the chemistry. or chemicals around love. So as a biological need or whatever works approximately 2 years. So after 2 years, when you just look at that person, that oh my God, who's that? That just the biology is away. So then the real love comes.
The chemistry. Yeah. So that's why it's important to have that thing in common, the thing that you like doing and sharing together. That's how you grow, strengthen a bond. Yes. A woman should always find out what one physical trait a man must have. Now, even before things in common, find out what that one physical trait is that your man absolutely must have. Very, very, very important.
Physical.
Physical.
My God, what's that?
So, lips, boobies, bum, legs, height, length of the legs, whatever it is he is fascinated with, you need to make sure you have that thing, because if you don't, he will go and chase it later on.
I know what he's about. He already showed it in previous video.
What?
With that bubble.
Yes. So for me, it's very simple. If a woman must have a nice, basically, a woman must have a nice bum. So I can't, it's difficult for me to compromise on that. I tried this once in my life, failed. We were together for quite a while, long time, maybe 7 years or so, but she didn't have this one quality that I really wanted to have, and I thought I could compromise, and everything else was fine, perfect. But that one thing bothered me in the back of my head.
But that's kind of strange that if that woman had really quality, she was perfect in household, lovely, blah, 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 whatever, everything was perfect on the place where it should be, just bum was too big or too small. And that threw you away from that?
It didn't throw me away, but it could add to other things that I don't find comfortable or I don't like about her, because that one thing, that big thing is there, and it can support and push the other small little things. So that's like a snowball. It all adds up as it rolls down the hill towards breakup and devastation. So
thanks God I have big bum.
So yeah, I think it's important. So guys, tell me, guys, this is really important, and we're supporting the whole world here. Could be hopefully in the when we're gone, dead and gone. This video is still out there, supporting couples out there, because we need to have strong families. If the society is to grow and become better, the world is to become a better place. We've got to start with the basic unit, which is the family. So men, comment and let me know. Am I talking rubbish?
But the thing is, I mean, as we know, as we're getting older, so the physical body is changing.
Yeah, good point. By the time you get old, that's a lot of decades, a lot of years you may have spent together. It doesn't matter anymore. It doesn't matter anymore. You have the memories. You know what that woman was about. You can go back in time really easily. It doesn't change, even though that physical attribute fades away and it degrades and goes away. It doesn't change. It's still a strong thing for the man, for me anyway. So men, please verify this. It doesn't matter.
Okay, but we said that. So basically, what you want to say is that that woman should kind of meet that physical criteria of yours, especially the most important ones, but at the beginning.
At the beginning, yes.
At the beginning.
So men must are seeking this. I think they're seeking this in the very beginning. At the very beginning, its attraction is physical. It's a visual thing first. Nothing else. It's a visual thing first. So he's going to look at her visually and say, yes, I would like to pursue her.
Okay, but when you fall in love, so it's not about big bum, it's about also other box of any other things.
Lots of other things, yes. So on the grand scale of things, this is one thing which is among many things, but has a bigger weight. It's a bigger weight. And as you spend more time together, it shrinks. The significance of it falls away. and then it becomes even smaller than other things which grow and become more significant, more important.
Because you said that with that girl or woman you were for a few years, so it shouldn't be that significant since she was perfect in other angles.
Yeah, because other elements of our relationship may start to crumble, and it magnifies that thing that's missing. Very simple. It just magnifies it. It comes back and it just puts its forefront in your mind, and it's easy to then be distracted by someone else when the time comes.
What you just told me, that because that's from main point of view for me, but I think for you as a man as well, it's necessary that you like the smell of your partner. It happens to me that I just didn't like smell of my husband, but it was funny thing. It happens to me that after kids. Before I didn't realize that, or not. I heard that somewhere that the nature just makes that. So nature wants kids, babies. So those receptors were probably somehow blocked or what. So I didn't have it. And once I had kids, so I had started to have this problem.
That's a big problem. I've heard you talk about this before, and that's very strange. And I had thought about it in my head sometimes.
You said that I'm going to have a load of sprays and everything.
So,
but that wasn't the only reason. Obviously, we had many other defects since we are divorced. But I remember that was for me. So like, this is not normal. I just didn't understand what was happening.
I think it's me personally. I think it's a man's job to mold himself around his woman. And not the other way. Not the other way. Men go on missions, and his partner, his wife, his girlfriend, whatever, his wife, I would say mostly, is his mission. It's his mission to stay together, to keep them together. So he should adapt himself to her, and not the other way around. And men should not try to break women into thinking their way. This is super, super, super important. And if there's one lesson I've learned from the 20 years I was with my first wife, that is the one lesson, the biggest lesson of all for me. Do not try to persuade your partner, your wife, or try to break her to your way of thinking.
But I would say that applies vice versa. So, I shouldn't expect or to do anything that is going to change you. Of course, we somehow assimilate since we live together, so we get used to each other, and so we try to do things in some certain ways. But in those significant things. So once he likes something, or once she likes something, or so, and which is really important for her or for him, so we should let it be and either accept it or find somebody else who fits more. Whoa!
Okay, so another point from a man's point of view again, unfortunately. But this is tips for women. So if there's any women watching,
Yasmin.
Ladies, you got to make sure you satisfy your man sexually. This is, especially the younger he is, you've got to do it. This is very, very important. I would go to a point where if a man doesn't have sperm in his body, he's not pursuing other women actively. It can happen, but the more satisfied he is sexually, the less he will stray. So yeah, that's just another point. And if she's satisfying him in that way, he's not going to readily go looking for other women so easily.
No comment.
Yeah.
Which I don't say yes or no. So he is man, so he knows what is good for him or how he feels. But the thing is, women have many things in their head, and maybe she has loads of stuff to do, and she's too tired to live sexually with him. So everything is connected. So we don't know the situation. You cannot just expect something but not give back in certain way. and not meaning sexual way. So it's also, there are many things that they are connected.
I talked about this before. I don't know which video. It might have been the first video, very first video on this channel. A very significant thing my partner told me, yes, which is always in my head. I don't know how to tell you ladies.
You're not going to tell that.
So she doesn't want me to talk about it. I'm going to find a way to let you ladies know. So I don't know if it's going to be some membership or something. I think if it's through some sort of membership, I think it can be told through a membership. If you want to know the information, you're going to go there and find out. So if a handful of people, 10 people, 15 people want to know, I want to know what she told you that is going to keep you in this relationship, because I'm not going anywhere. I just want to stay with Viera. I love her to pieces. And the more I think about this, the more I love her. And it doesn't matter, I want to be with her like for the rest of my life. So you want to know this one thing she told me, I'm going to set up a membership for you ladies out there especially to find out what it is she said to me. Okay, that's the end of the video.
Little dove.
Yeah.
Pusu. Dove. Aj tebe. And now to Steffi.